Recent sensational reports claim that thousands of 300-year-old moon coins were discovered on a remote coral reef. However, no credible archaeological or numismatic sources document any such find. In fact, the only well-known discoveries of similarly aged coins have been on sunken shipwrecks and carefully recorded by experts. For example, divers off Florida's Treasure Coast recently raised over 1,000 late 17th and early 18th century Spanish silver coins from the 1715 Treasure Fleet wreck. Those finds were meticulously logged, including dates and mint marks visible on many coins, and turned over to authorities, not left strewn across a reef. By contrast, we found no academic papers or official surveys confirming any moon coin hoard on a reef, suggesting the news may be unverified. If this claim were true, the coins would likely be Spanish colonial reals or escudos, since those were common silver and gold coins in the early 1700s. Indeed, the Florida finds mentioned above were mostly reals and escudos from Spanish mines in Mexico, Peru, and Bolivia. Those coins typically bear the Spanish crown and pillars, design nothing to do with a moon. The term moon coin does not match any known historical denomination. One might speculate, perhaps a reef snag day, cargo of Spanish coins long ago. But reefs are not usual dumping grounds for treasure. The 1715 fleet ships actually wrecked on reefs, scattering their treasure, but even that story is well documented. We know that in 1715 a hurricane drove 11 Spanish ships onto Florida reefs, and divers have since slowly recovered pieces of the treasure, with 20% of all finds going to the state under Florida law. By contrast, a remote reef with no known wreck raises the question, how would the coins get there? Possible scenarios include an undocumented shipwreck, deliberate dumping by shipwreck salvagers, or even later looting of deeper wreckage. Each of these would normally leave some archaeological trace. Without any such record, the story is suspect. Scientific analysis would be key to any real discovery. Authentic 300-year-old silver coins would show heavy patina and coral growth. Metallurgical tests, for example, X-ray fluorescence or isotopic analysis, could confirm the metal composition and geographic origin, as is often done in underwater finds. Experts would also date any marine incrustation and sediment. In known cases, such analyses help confirm the coin's age and even match them to specific wreck manifests. No published study of reef coins exists, but if it did, we would expect peer-reviewed reports. In their absence, scientific rigor demands skepticism. For now, all we have are hearsay accounts. Legal and heritage considerations are also important. Under international law, such finds are treated as underwater cultural heritage. The UNESCO Convention 2001 states that recovered underwater artifacts must be deposited, conserved, and managed for the public benefit and shall not be commercially exploited. In practice, this means coins from shipwrecks or submerged sites belong to the coastal state or sovereign owner once found. For example, Florida's Abandoned Shipwreck Act gives the state title to historic wrecks, and fines are shared as noted above. One salvage company's loot gave 20% to Florida. If the reef in question lies within a nation's waters, that country would similarly claim ownership of any historic coins. Even on the high seas, salvage laws and UNESCO rules would strongly discourage any treasure hunters from simply pocketing them. In other words, if genuine 300-year-old coins truly litter a reef, they should be studied by archaeologists, not sold to collectors. In summary, we found no concrete evidence for this moon coin story. It appears to be anecdotal or a viral rumor. By contrast, legitimate finds of 18th century coins have clear provenance, for example, Florida's 1715 wreck. Until an archaeological report or museum catalog emerges, the most reasonable conclusion is that the reef tale is unsubstantiated. Possible explanations include internet hoaxes or misinterpretation of modern objects. Whatever the case, the only certain fact is that any real 300-year-old coins are protected heritage. UNESCO explicitly bans their commercial sale and should be conserved, not scattered as a media stunt.